It's race week, baby, and it's Donington Park World Superbikes. I'm about to get really out of breath so I can up the hill, so see you in a minute. Public camping is packed! It's dead! It does look good, doesn't it? Yeah. Seriously though, what a circuit. Cannot wait to ride the Pyramid Racing by 44T BMW here. New surface looks mint, the curbs look beautiful. Yeah, shout out to Pyramid Plastics, Pyramid Motorcycle Accessories. Just, you know, go and give those guys some love, because without those guys we wouldn't be here, simply. So after the arm pump issues of Alton Park, voila! They made some changes to the suit. So we got an extra couple of mil on the arms to help the arm pump. I don't know what it is with Donington and Alton. They're the two circuits where you get big old arm pump. I guess it's the braking zones. I mean, what a beautiful circuit this is, and it's just rogered by the final sector. But there we go. I can't remember if I've already mentioned, but we've got an upgrade this weekend. I'm by myself. So here we are, sports fans. Here we are. Oh yes. So with JDR, now I've always wanted to ride for Chris. We've been joking for years that I should ride for him, and we've sort of never got around to it. But yeah, we've got a wheel rack. Chris is part of JDR Racing, Jones Dorling Racing, and also my mate Drew, who I used to race with. It was his dad and Chris set up the team. So JDR Racing, they're a well-known superstock team, been in the paddock for years. And now Drew, his son, is racing in junior supersport. So yeah, it's a beautiful full circle or something. So as I said, I'm by myself this weekend, and it's all sorts of emotions really. I mean, Boothie's going to do it, Chris is going to do it. Chris hasn't got his licence yet, so give him some shit in the comments below. Boothie's back for Snet next week, but I had to do this round, and yeah, for the first time ever, my boys are racing motocross without me. So on one hand, I'm like, obviously I want to come here and race, but the other hand, I promised them that my racing wouldn't interfere with theirs, because they deserve it more than me. Their time and effort, everything needs to go into them now, not me. I'm actually pulling it a bit. They said I've never raced without me, never really ridden without me, so. How was it, mate?
Not bad, just learning the track, a little bit wet, so you know.
Is it?
Well, I think it's more just playing on my mind,
yeah.
on the visor and stuff like that, but yeah, through the session, so.
Nice.
Yeah, not bad.
So this is Felix, this is Drew's lad. I don't know where Drew is. But yeah, Drew, I used to race with Drew a long time ago. And now his lad's racing in the British Championship, it's fucking nuts. This is Team Boss. He's gone all quiet now, the camera's in front of him.
I don't know what to say, Mr. Fagan. I really don't know what to say.
We've been joking, I was saying to the camera earlier on, we've been joking for years that, you know, I should ride for you, and here we are, mate. It's beautiful.
I've never had the budget for the crash damage with Mr. Fagan. That's the problem.
So as I said, we've got practice and qualifying today. Busy old day today, especially when you're by yourself. Thanks Darby for letting me down. Apparently he's got coronavirus, or norovirus, or some sort of virus. But anyway, quick shout out to G-Tech for coming in with this juicy stand setup. I mean, there is nothing like a pair of G-Techs in this world. The setup and the way they work, the dynamics of these stands is just absolutely spot on. So thanks G. So as I said, I'm by myself today, and if it wasn't for these boys, Drew and Felix, I would be in tatters, because it's like it's threatening to rain. It is it's spitting now. What's he saying? Yeah, it's threatening to rain. We've got the wets on in the trolley. If it wasn't for these boys, I literally would be doing it in pit lane myself, putting it on stands. Say hello, Drew.
Hello, guys.
Yeah, so I just want it to be dry. At least I want a dry session, and then it can do what it likes for the rest of the weekend. I just need to get zoned in. So this is getting serious now. To be honest with you, that bike, it felt the worst it's felt all season, and it's so far off. Suspension feels so far off. The gearing feels off. Well, I haven't got time to change that now because I need to hack away at this area. But I think it might be, well, hopefully it'll be wet. I want it to be wet. Yeah, we've messed about with suspension. Ian, who I've known for a very, very long time, is cleaning my brakes because apparently they were dirty.
And no pads left.
And I've got no pads left, which probably explains why I had a bit of brake fade. But other than that, yeah, that was shocking.
Another plane.
I ended up 16th, which is the worst practice I've had all year. Everyone's on a 45. Well, most people on a 45. I haven't got time. We've got to take this off in order to get the tyre warmer on. So I'm just gonna do that tonight or tomorrow. Hack away at it. Get the 45 on because it's the biggest sprocket. We're not allowed to change the chain, so it's all fun and games. Well, that was an interesting experience, should we say? I mean, I've never ridden, apart from Thruxton where you're like 2 or 3 seconds off the pace if you dry time in the wet, I've never ridden a surface like that before. Donington's new surface in the wet is insane. The grip levels are insane. First lap out, brand new rear, wet, both cold. First flying lap out, into red gate. I was like, I'm getting my knee down here. I was like, bonkers. To be fair, the bike felt absolutely mint in the wet. I wouldn't have changed a thing, but it was my own fault. I didn't prep my visors properly. There's no AGV race service here this weekend, so I didn't prep my visors, and with like 5 minutes left to go, the pin lock steamed up, and it was pretty much game over, guesswork. But I did set my fastest lap on my penultimate lap. I was on for P7, but my lap got taken away on my last lap because there was a yellow flag. Someone crashed at Melbourne Loop, so thankfully it was wet because we didn't have time to do the bike, change the bike. So tomorrow we're gonna have to completely overhaul the puppy. Change everything because it needs to be turned upside down. So it's absolutely minging, mate. We'll give her a dust off. Right here.
Check out Pyramid on the internets and see what they have to offer for your bike. As well as big name brands, there's a host of their own quality UK made parts ready to make your bike better.
Does everyone remember James, ladies and gentlemen? Do you remember James, Prince Harry?
It was 8 years ago now.
The last
It was 7 or
7
8?
years ago,
Seven,
yeah. Obviously, James is my guy. He was in my corner in the B&H Cole Cox team.
Yeah.
And he's now taken... So, long story short, yeah. Welcome, good morning. It's heat race day. So, we've changed the sprocket, we've changed the gear. We've got a 45 tooth on the back, gone from away from a 44. You can only run 2 sprockets, 45 and 44. I was suffering yesterday, so we're going to go 45. Everyone else is running 45. It's dry. It's looking dry at least. What else have we done? Turn the bike upside down. Because the sprocket's on, we've got to remove the mudguard because you can't get a tyre warmer and it rubs, the tyre itself rubs on the mudguard. So there we go.
I didn't do that, by the
No,
way.
I did that. Because you need to, I need to take that.
That was me, and that's not even finished.
That's beautiful.
That is a mess.
Beautiful, mate. We're going to change the fork springs as well, I've decided. So yeah, heat race. I'm in heat race 1. I'm 8th on the grid. I need to pull my finger up my arse. George is here as well. Say hello, George.
Hello.
And the team bosses are over there just chilling out. Well, that was an intense race, I've got to say. Loved every single bit, apart from the first couple of laps. Obviously, if you haven't realised, it's Dorna, it's World Superbikes, we're not allowed onboard footage. Sorry about that. I'll keep it nice and sweet, I won't bore you too much. But yeah, so first lap I rode like a bit of a Gareth and slipped back to 10th. Slowly worked my way up, and it was me, Dom Herbertson, another lad, I can't remember who it was, and then we were just swapping paint every single lap on the last sector, and that's where I'm losing a lot of time. I'm losing 0.7 of a lap in the last sector just because of my weight, I think, more than anything else. We tried the 45. I'm not convinced. I might go back to a 44 or even try a 43. The forks are so much better. We've got the fat boy springs in there. I think we might alter the ride height a little bit for tomorrow because I need to find half a second to be well in the top 10. Yeah, so I was 5th until the last lap, and Dom got me on the last corner of the bugger. So there we go. This tent is making all sorts of shapes. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Do you miss it?
Feedback. Yeah, I do actually.
Do you?
Yeah. I didn't realise, yeah, until I got here, and then I do miss it. Yeah, it's good fun.
Ended up 6th, and that puts me 12th for the main event tomorrow. So we're going to go to World Supercross. So I don't know what we're going to do. I'll take the camera with me, and if we ever get out of here alive, we'll go to World Supercross. See Kenny Raxon. Well, morning sports fans. It's race day, it's Sunday, it's a big day, it's main event day. I got woken up by loud bikes at about 6:30 this morning coming into the track, so it's going to be rammed. Yesterday, I'm surprised, World Superbike, I think it's back. It's back at Donny big time. The crowd was fairly big, and it's so nice to see all of you guys. I mean, I met so many people yesterday, it was brilliant. Even though we're in the arse end of the paddock and we haven't got a normal setup, it's so nice to meet all of you. I don't think I've ever been this nervous racing, not for me. It's just my boys are there racing with my wife. I tell you what, I missed the crew, I missed it. It's been a bizarre week, but you know, needs must, life must go on. I'm just sat there just looking at live timing this morning going, but there we go. So we're going to make some more changes today, and before we do, I'm going to show you this. So V-Motor have come through, and we've finally got the scooter, and it's properly customised up. Tommy Hill's done a mint job on the wrap, and we've got it just in time for Donington Park, where we can't use paddock scooters. But there we are. Boothie, you're in for a treat at Snetterton, my son. Well, we come back to camp this morning, and Felix has finally figured out how to ride the bike. He went 2 seconds quicker in warm-up than he did in qualifying.
Not bad.
What's your excuse?
Gearing.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Blame your dad, that's it, yeah.
Always my fault.
To be fair, I saw him last night, I blame him too.
Well, I don't know how he's gone quicker this morning.
We're going to adjust the ride height, but as you can probably see, there's no, obviously not being a race bike, there's not a lot of, to figure out how to measure it. It's a little bit vague. That's a good sign.
Yeah, he's in a hurry.
He
does that on the
keen for that, yeah.
Felix has gone off for his race. Final touches. Thanks, team. Not quite upside down, but we've done some more changes, so it'll be interesting to see if it works. It's worked so far this weekend, so it shouldn't. Why stop now? I start 12th from the grid, and meanwhile my son is on pole in his race, and I'm not there. So yeah, he's loving life. This was the first race I've truly enjoyed this season. I mean, I've enjoyed all the races so far, mostly because we've been beating the shit out of each other and coming home safe. But this one was different. Competing in the F900R Cup is like giant pit bike racing. You have to be brutal in the first few laps, and that's something that I've been lacking until Donington Park. I got a decent start, and having spent the whole season racing in a pack, I was keen to find my own rhythm and ride my own race, which is easier said than done in a one-make series so tight. When you're packing as much timber as I am, you need to make up time on the brakes, so we set the bike up to do exactly that, and I found myself in a very healthy P10. And for the first time this season, I was looking at my pit board and controlling the race, managing the gap behind. I saw plus 0.3, 0.5, 0.7 a second, and held a second for several laps, as I was never going to catch the group in front. But unfortunately the clutch adjuster locking nut came loose, wound itself in, which meant I had excess lever travel and a box full of false neutrals as I went into Goddard's. This allowed Rob, mine's a salad McNeely, right up the inside, note my left hand still on the clutch trying to find a gear, and I was all of a sudden back in a pack of nutters.
Despite a good old dust up, I couldn't do better than 12th. Ah well, much fun was had and there wasn't a whiff of arm pump.
Well, that's it, I made it. Put the caravan on the back, finished race. We went snaking down the motorway in the outside lane to get here. We made it literally just for the start of Reggie's race, and straight after was Ezra's race. So. Well, that's that then. Survived another one. I mean, what a weekend. It was quite stressful. It was really difficult. I'm sorry if it's been a bit of a bits of job. Well, it has been a bits of job. I'm sorry, but you can blame Dorna for that and the fact that we're not allowed any video in. But yeah, I'm chuffed to come away with more points, and I'll keep another shout out to you guys, right? So the support has been amazing. Like meeting so many people at the track and wanting to chat, wanting to have photos, wanting to have the crack, buy me beers. It's just, I'm feeling the love, and I've got to say, heartfelt appreciation from you guys, because you're like the 12th man in football, and no, I really do appreciate it. And a lot of you guys have been saying I'm beating myself up, and yeah, I have been, but you know, if you go racing and you're happy to finish 12th or wherever I've been finishing, then you shouldn't be racing. But the thing I keep telling myself is that I've got to remember the people around me, the kids in front of me, the Coopers, the Rutters, etc. that are around me, are in front of me. You know, look, I am happy. Believe it or not, I am happy. And today I rode well. You know, I don't think today was my fault. Autumn was my fault. It was arm pump. Today the issues weren't my issues, but I'm happy. I rode well, and yeah, to go and just to sort of round the weekend off by going to make it to watch the final race of the boys was just perfect. So next week you've got Boothie, and I'm looking forward to what he can do on the bike. You know, he ain't going to be hanging around, I can tell you that for sure. He's a racer, proper boy. So anyway, thank you.